Welcome, collective. Thank you guys very much for joining me today for your tarot read. Let's go ahead and get started. What does the collective need to know today? What do you need to know for your higher good? We'll let your spirit guides come forward and bring you a message. Look at that. Already. That one wanted to come forward too. I got told those guys have to come out. So, the first card that fell out was growth. Growth. And then clearing your space. So I do feel working towards a goal, or trying to start a new chapter, working on something different. Clearing your space. I get weeding out negative energies, or weeding out negativity for your new beginning. Like anything that's not going to serve you, or that's going to sort of block you along the way. You know, like drama, that sometimes is other people's drama, or any kind of doubts that you have too about yourself. The whole I don't know if I can do this thing. I feel like time to clear that out. Time to clear that out. There may even be a need to, this might sound silly, but to clear clutter around your house. To really clear your space and allow for new energy to come forward. And manifestation, because you are trying to manifest. This is part of this growth and this new path that you're taking in life. You are trying to manifest a new future, or manifest a new path, whether it's, you know, a new career, or a home, or a move, or a change, or just kind of like a new you and a new start and a new attitude. But it's like I get told to out with the old so that you can go in with the new. Because this new path is an important one for you. It's one that's a little bit more true to you. It's one where you're putting yourself forward more than you did in the past. Whereas I think in the past, I get like a sort of other people, or other people's expectations. And then you sort of put what you wanted aside to allow other people, their whatever they needed or their wants to be taken care of first. You're not doing that anymore. This chapter is going to be more about you and what's more suited for you, what's going to benefit you, what's going to make you happy. Energy shift. And I got told that with the energy shift too, that I get pulled back to the actually clearing out clutter in your home, or clearing out clutter in your space. Like the old stuff that you don't need anymore, to allow space for new energy to come into your life. Spirit, can you please bring more for the collective? I do get told with this compassion card, you're being encouraged to leave certain emotions behind too. And this could be for people that you dealt with in the past. Maybe people who wronged you, or people who hurt you, and being able to let go of some of that. Just because that turns into, like, the anger or resentment turns into clutter, it turns into baggage, it stops you from moving forward too. So like being allowing to sort of let that kind of stuff go. Or if you have regrets or things you beat yourself up about, let that stuff go, because that will not serve you either. And again, that just turns into like an anchor or a weight or a block. I do feel emotional healing in this read, and this is part of your new chapter too. And sort of putting yourself forward is allowing yourself to heal from things that happened to you in the past, so that you can really let that go and be open to something new, a new future, not hanging on to the old hurts. Spirit, can you please bring more for the collective? I do feel like you're getting more in touch with your spiritual side. Your path that you took in the past, I feel like at times you stepped away from your spiritual side. So like sort of listening to your intuition or trusting your intuition. I don't know if you went through a period of time where you didn't pray, or you didn't sort of pay homage, or whatever it is that you do that connects you with your spiritual side. It's like you sort of let that go for a little while. Because that was part of putting other people first, and not really making yourself a priority. And I feel like you've come back to that in this chapter too. This is part of your looking after yourself and putting yourself first, doing your shadow work. Inspiration. I had an interesting feeling with the inspiration card, and it does not necessarily tie into things artistic or creative. I think for some people it's actually like doing yoga or working out or being like physically active. Inspire. And as part of the new chapter too, being inspired and feeling motivated to look after you, feeling motivated to make yourself more the priority, feeling motivated to let the old stuff go, so that those energies that you did deal with in the past who caused you hurt are no longer taking up your time or taking up your emotions. Almost like releasing them. Releasing them so that they don't bother you anymore. Spirit, can you please bring more clarification for the collective for this read? 8 of Wands. I don't know if you've moved too recently. Because I get this sense of the home life too shifting and changing and not being what it was. Maybe downsizing, or just feeling like it's some kind of like an in-between, or it's not as settled as it was. Yeah, I keep getting moving, like having to pack up and move. You may have even had to do this almost like last minute or sort of rushed. And so where you're at was sort of, where you're at is just like where you could get a space, or where you could be right now to sort of start fresh. It was just to get out of your old situation and to get into something new. You may also be planning another big move, or looking at another move, or looking for somewhere else to be. Spirit, can you please bring me more? I feel like you're analyzing that I do feel like there was a turning point. This tower represents a turning point. And I feel like you're analyzing it a lot too. And thinking about it more. And not like grieving or feeling really sad about it. Not that, you don't still have emotions around it, but it's more of like, oh, okay, this is what I went through. What can I learn from this situation? Now you're taking on sort of more of that role and moving forward. And that's why you are starting the new chapter. That's why the growth card was the first card that literally fell out of the deck for you. Because this is a time of personal growth. You're moving on to the next step. What can I learn from this that will serve my higher self? What lessons can I learn? There's the death card coming out. It says it, death and rebirth. This is a rebirth for you. This is a new start, a fresh start. And not just, where you live or your home situation, but it's a new start for you inside. It's a new start for your heart. It's a new start for your mind. And it's a new start for your soul and your energy. That's part of the energy cleansing. I feel like you're interested in learning from what happened and learning how things can be different too. That's interesting because I got tied back to inspiration there. So I do feel like this is tied to like living a healthy lifestyle too. Learning how to be healthy again. Learning how to connect with your spirituality again. And delving into things like that. That one went to the side. The Hermit card. And you are taking this time to be in your own company. And really commit to taking this journey. Now you are coming into your higher form of self in this journey. You are gaining wisdom. You are healing. Yeah, you're ready for the next chapter, for the new step, for the new path. Like I said, I don't know if you're moving again right now, or you're looking to move, or you're waiting for that next opportunity to come forward. Because I do get this sense of waiting for something, like searching out and then waiting for something to connect, like an opportunity to connect. And at times maybe not sure where to go, or not sure what choice to make. And this might have to do with your living situation. This may have to do with maybe moving to a different city, or finding a new career, or what this next chapter is going to look like. And I do feel like at times it does worry you, and you're not sure where the next step is going to lead. But you are on the right path, and you are doing the right thing. So whatever this transition was, you stepping out of your old situation and moving into a new situation, it is the right path for you. It is the best path for your higher self, and for you being healthy, and for you being happy. Because whatever the situation was that you were in, it was not serving your higher good for whatever reason. Spirit, can you please bring more clarification for the collective? Yeah. It was like the Devil card. It was anything that sort of holds you back or ties you down. It's a negative influence in your life. The situation that you were in, that's what it was. In some way, shape, or form, it was something that was only holding you back. It was going to stop you from reaching your true potential. From being independent, from being happy, from finding your own success, from reconnecting with your spirituality and your true self. It's like you would have had too much going on to be able to take the time to delve into your truths, your true self. I keep seeing that in the Ace of Swords. It's like your own personal truths. Justice. Things had to come back into balance. There's a lot of worry. Do you feel like this may possibly even tie into another energy, and a separation from another energy? A walking away. Spirit, can you please give me more? Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's like whatever it was with this energy in this other chapter, it was something that you worked hard to try and build and to try and grow. So there was a period of grief when this ended. And you may still grieve it at times. You know, and it's grieving the time that you put in and what it could have been. But the other energy who you were involved with was not being on the up and up with you. The other energy who you were involved with here was not putting in the way that you were putting in. That's why the Seven of Swords is coming out. They were not being honest. They were not being true. They were not being as dedicated as you. On the Ten of Swords is the same thing. It's that ending that can be unexpected or disappointing, but one that actually benefits you in the long run. Spirit, can you please bring some more? I do feel like there were secrets that came out after this parting of ways. Things that you didn't know before that then came forward. Or you weren't aware of. This person was not who they pretended to be. When it comes to romantic relationships, and who they like to have romantic relationships with, they were not being honest with you. they were not being honest with themselves. I do feel like, and I ain't making excuses for this person. Believe me, I sure ain't. I'm just saying what the cards are saying. This person chose to live a lie instead of be honest with themselves about who they were. And then they pulled you along for the ride. Where if they just would have been honest with themselves about who they were and what they preferred, it would have saved a whole lot of heartache. And it would have saved a lot of years. I don't think it's fair what they did to you just because they were too afraid to be whoever it is they actually are. So they chose to live in denial, and they chose to bring somebody innocent along for the ride. Like I said, I ain't making excuses for this person. And I do feel like that was the secret that came out after there was this parting of ways. It was like, this person is absolutely not who I thought they were. You know? They were somebody just completely different. It completely threw you for a loop. You did not see that one coming. I get told too that at some point in time, and I think this is where that compassion card came in, and it was like the letting go of. At some point in time, it was almost like you had to just sort of give it up to God. Give up that. I see that in the Judgment card. It was just like, this is not mine to carry. This person's burdens and this person's the nasty things they did, this is not mine to carry. It's not for me to judge them or to say what they deserve. I'm going to give this up. I give this up. I'm giving up the baggage that they laid on me. And I'm giving up my anger. I'm just giving it up, and God will do with this person what they will. And this person will face their own judgment. They'll face their own karma. They'll face their own whatever. And I'm going to stop focusing on all of that, and I'm going to start focusing on me. And I'm going to start looking after myself. So like I said, you put other people first for such a long time, is what the cards are saying. And yes, hindsight's 20/20. But I feel like this is a new chapter where we're not going to delve into that. Or you're not going to beat yourself up about it anymore. And you shouldn't. It does you no good. It was like, what you were building your house on, you thought was a solid foundation. You thought you were pairing with someone who was being honest with you. You always put in the effort. You were that Knight of Pentacles. You were the steady Eddie. You were the seven of Pentacles. You were building towards an abundant harvest. You're putting the work in. You didn't know that the other half was not the same. You didn't know. And it says here too, part of the personal growth is being able to cut ties and move forward. To cut ties about the past. And you were getting analytical about things. And what can I learn from this for my higher good? Well, I'm telling you this, you would never make that same mistake again. You would see those signs like that. If you met somebody else who tried to run that same BS on you, you would see them out in a second. You would know exactly what was going on, and you would never make that same mistake again. Spirit, can you please bring more? Ooh, there we go. Clarification for the collective. These ones. 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to move forward. And being able to let go of the conflict inside you, being able to let go of all the negative emotions, really have that energy cleanse to shift, to get rid of any garbage that serves as a reminder or that only holds you back. Being able to really get rid of all of that is what's going to help you to find happiness and move forward. And even in the Queen of Swords, I just keep feeling that energy, looking forward to a bright future now. Starting to see things with freshness and with optimism, even though there may be uncertainty, but knowing that you can handle whatever comes forward. You can handle this new chapter of your life. And you may be wondering if somebody new is ever going to come along. And I do see that absolutely, yes, somebody new will come along. Somebody good, somebody who will appreciate you for who you are. When you are ready, somebody new will present themselves. A new chapter will start in your life. But it comes with you recognizing yourself, with all the release of any anger from the past, of any regrets that you have for yourself. Moving forward in this new chapter, finding your healing. And doing for yourself, looking after yourself. I do feel like it will come. Someone new will come forward. When the time is right. So I get with these cards too, while you're still going through this transition time, while you're still healing, and while you're holding things heavy in your heart, like during the healing time, because it takes time to be able to cut those last ties and to really let go. During that period of time, the universe is sort of holding off and giving you time for yourself to do what it is you need to do. When your healing is truly complete and you're really ready to start looking and moving forward and accept somebody new into your life, you will find somebody new, is what the cards are saying. You will find somebody new. And somebody who's not going to pull games on you and pretend to be something they're not because they can't even live their own truth. It's going to be somebody real who comes forward. And you'll be strong enough to recognize any game playing that goes on, so you can have confidence in yourself and confidence in your judgment you've learned from the past. And you can pick the good ones from the bad. Spirit, can you please bring a few more for the collective? That one. It wanted to jump out of my hand. Ace of Wands. It's new beginnings, guys. It's time for a new beginning. She goes well with the High Priestess. This is your new chapter. This is your time to come forward. This is time to put yourself first, to learn your lessons from the past, but then to release the emotions. And do for you. And live a life that's for you, because you haven't done that. You really haven't. You've lived it for somebody else and looking after somebody else. This is your time now, and you deserve this. Alrighty, collective, that's your read.